Everyone loves an isekai adventure, and there are often many things in common between them. And I don't mean the part where the protagonist finds themselves in a new world and learn they have to save it. I'm talking about what the main characters do while they're not fighting monsters. And in this list, we'll take a look at the top 10 isekai anime where the main character is transferred to a magic school. So, let's get right into the list. At number 10 is Dragon Crisis. A high school student called 𝐒𝐮𝐲𝐸𝐸 lives a very peaceful life until his second cousin Nariko comes back from the United States and offers him a job. She makes him sign up for a trip, and together they receive a relic box from a black market broker. They are quickly chased by members of a criminal society, and through the circumstances, the box ends up opening, and 𝐒𝐮𝐲𝐸𝐸 realizes that they were carrying a dragon in the form of a human girl. As his life turns upside down, he decides to protect Rose from the criminal organization that seeks to abduct her, and in doing so, he uses his power as a relic handler. While Rose herself is no damsel in distress and has powers of herself. Since she's a dragon, she can breathe fire as an attack whenever she is in danger. Appearances certainly can be deceiving. At number 9 is Luck and Logic. In the year of LC 922, an unexpected crisis shakes humans all over the globe. Due to a 100-year war ending in the mythical world of Tetraheaven, the side that lost, called the Majans, invade the human world in hopes of finding a new, safe place to live in. This causes the human governments to create a special kind of police called 𝐜𝐴, which employs special people called logicalists, who wield the power to enter a trance with goddesses from the mythical world. One day, a civilian called 𝐜𝐡𝐚𝐧𝐧𝐞𝐥, who lives a peaceful life with no logic powers, tries to help people escape from a sudden Majin attack. The goddess Athena witnesses his spirit and decides to team up with him, granting him the logic powers that the 𝐜𝐴 unit has. This changes 𝐜𝐡𝐚𝐧𝐽𝐻𝐻's life forever as he forms a bond with Athena, while also adjusting to his new life consisting of luck, logic, and the other logicalists he must work with.
わかったわよ。私辛いのは得意だもの。
お姫様もお前の暗黒物質食ってないから。大丈夫かクレア。
私の勝ちね。
そういう勝負だったのか。
At number 8 is 𝐻𝐻 no Blade Dance. The story takes us to the Eresia Spirit Academy, which is a very prestigious school meant only for holy shrine princesses. The princesses in this school are trained to be elementalists, and they are taught to form slave contracts with spirits which help them in combat. The academy remains exclusive to women for a long time until one day they decide a boy named Kamito Kazuhaya should have his isekai adventure and let him enroll in their academy. He's not an ordinary boy though, as he is the first man in 1,000 years who can form a contract with a spirit. And as heavenly as being in an all-girls academy sounds, unfortunately he is forced to participate in a special tournament, which will force him to battle the other students with their spirits. This causes him to train extensively so he can make up for a lack of his experience, and thus his journey as an elementalist begins.
なんですか君たち一体かわいい私が先よやめてください
At number 7 is Maho Sensei Negima. Maho Sensei Negima is about a 10-year-old called Negi Springfield. While seemingly a normal kid, he is a wizard in training and only has one task left before he can graduate. However, his task is quite strange as it requires him to become an English teacher at a boarding school that only allows female students in. Things don't look so good for him once he arrives as he accidentally embarrasses one of his students, called Asuna Kagarazaka. And since he is already the replacement for her favorite teacher, it only makes the situation worse. Circumstances don't allow Negi to rest, as Asuna ends up learning that Negi is a wizard and uses this to blackmail him on the condition that she will only keep it a secret as long as he promises to help her with whatever she needs. However, as fate would have it, they end up working together more often than they'd like to, whether it's to fight evil wizards or to help the students around them. Negi's life enters a stage full of humor, romance, and magic, and his status as a wizard relies on how well he can handle his bizarre isekai adventure.
風椿さん。
あら、私を知ってるの？話が早いわ。すぐ済むからおとなしくしててね。
こんなところで何するんですか？人呼びますよ。
And at number 6, we have Maburaho. In the fictional world of Maburaho, every human being is born with the ability to use magic. However, not all magicians are born equal. The amount of times they can use magic in their life is limited by different amounts, which is based on genetics. The more magic you can use, the more respect you have in this world. So naturally, our main character, Kazuki Shikimori, is someone who can only use magic around 8 times before it kills him. This causes him to be looked down upon by everyone since he has the lowest count in his school, and he is considered worthless. Fortunately for Kazuki, word gets out that his bloodline dates back to great magicians throughout different generations, and his offspring have the potential to be extremely powerful magicians. This causes 3 girls to enter Kazuki's life. Yuna Miyama, a student who joins his school and labels herself his wife immediately. Rin Kamishiro, a swordswoman from a traditional family who wishes to kill him so that no one else could have his power. And Kuriko Kazetsubaki, who comes from a rich family and also tried to seduce him directly. Soon, Kuriko finds himself being sought out by the 3 girls who wish to have his genes at all costs, and becomes the subject of jealousy from everyone else witnessing his situation.
相手の力を利用して受け流す入間の危機回避能力の一端である。倒れる。それは見事なジャーマンスープレックスであったと。
At number 5 is Mairi Mashita Aruma-kun. Aruma Suzuki is a 14-year-old boy who has lived a very unfortunate life. Despite being underage, he had to work hard to earn money because his parents are lazy and irresponsible. As if that wasn't bad enough, one day his parents sell him to a demon called Sullivan. Iruma is scared for his life, but he is surprised to learn that the demon Sullivan just wanted a grandchild, and for the first time in his life, he is pampered. He joins a demon school called Babbles and tries to keep the fact he is a human secret. However, a life full of peace sounds too good to be true for a reason. He soon learns that the demon Sullivan who adopted him is the chairman of the school, and this causes all of the demons to expect him to be the next demon king. This forces Aruma to be stuck in a bizarre situation where he has to chant a spell in front of the entire school, and he does so perfectly that the students are impressed. Now he has to spend the rest of his school life making sure no one knows he's not a demon. But of course, it's never that simple, as having such a positive reputation causes people to become jealous of you.
代表して請求します。いただきたいのは正木健志さんとの結婚権です。
では結婚の順番は早い者勝ちよ。よーいドン。ちょっと先輩ずるい。
And at number 4 is Isekai Sekishi Monogatari. With Isekai in the name itself, you pretty much already know what the story's gonna be about. Kenshi Masaki is a 15-year-old boy who is kidnapped from Earth and brought over to the world of 𝐜𝐴 by a mysterious group of people. Having no way to go back home on his own, he agrees to help them assassinate the Empress of the Kshatriyu Empire, called Lashara Asu the 28th. He comes to learn that in this world, wars are fought by using 𝐒𝐴𝐽, which are giant mechanoid robots. Unfortunately for Kenshi, the attempt of assassination does not go as planned, and he soon finds himself being captured by the Empress's army. When she finds out that the pilot is male, which is extremely rare on 𝐜𝐴, she decides to make him her servant instead of killing him. He is to accompany the Empress to her academy, where the students are trained to pilot the 𝐒𝐴𝐽 robots, and he soon earns the reputation and affection of many female students due to his kindness and a long list of skills. While Kenshi gets used to his new isekai life, he is unaware that the organization that used him earlier is working undercover in the academy, and a big war is about to take over the world of 𝐜𝐴𝐴.
寒冰冰锁年谷。
At number 3 is 𝐒𝐮𝐲𝐸𝐵. A high schooler called Mo Fan finds himself in a different universe that is similar to his own, but different and full of magic. All signs of science that were existent in his normal world are replaced in this one with magic. The students of this world are taught magic and spells, and those that master it are chosen to use their skills to fight large, deadly beasts that hide within the forests that surround the city. Mo Fan's life is not much different, as he is still the son to a poor laborer and he is the stepbrother of a crippled sister. Once he learns of how the new world works, he tries to join a magic school so that he can repay his father for the hard work that he does for his family. Despite his poor circumstances, he is accepted in a famous magical institution, but his situation is difficult because the fact he's from a poor family and has no magical knowledge is spread throughout the school. This causes him to become the laughingstock of the school and generally frowned upon. Luckily for Mo Fan, this only causes him to be even more motivated to become a strong magician and learns the powerful fire and lightning elements. His path to becoming a respected, rich, and powerful magician begins, and no hurdle in his journey will hold him back.
さよなら。ミス・アリエル。
なんだよこれ。
At number 2 is Zero no Shukaima. Louise Françoise Leblanc de la Villiers, normally just referred to as Louise, is a mage in a world full of magic and royalty. She studies at a great school for magicians called the Tristane Academy. However, she cannot perform magic properly, unlike everyone else in her school, which causes her to be nicknamed Louise the Zero by everyone around her due to her incompetency. Things change when she's supposed to perform a summoning ritual, and once she completes her task, an explosion occurs. About to be laughed at once more, suddenly a boy called Saito Hiraga appears from the smoke as it clears out. Unfortunately for Saito, he is treated as a slave who has to eat her clothes and even eat food from the ground. Life remains poor for him, but something finally causes his isekai adventure to take a turn for the better, which is when it is revealed that a branding found on Saito's hand is the mark of a powerful magician called Gandalfer. He is finally given more respect after this knowledge, and he comes to terms with his new life, while Louise must prove that she is worth more than what people believe and no longer be Louise the Zero.
やった成功だ。お前だ。なんだいこの威力。
私夢見てるのかな、源氏。
And finally at number 1 is Kenja no Mago. Merlin Wolford was known as the national hero in the kingdom of 𝐒𝐻𝐴, thanks to his immense power and the work he had done for the people of this land. However, the life of fame and fortune is not his type, and he chooses a quieter life in the woods, raising an orphan he had rescued earlier. The orphan's name is Shin, who was a normal salaryman in Japan, who died of an unknown cause and was reincarnated in the kingdom of 𝐒𝐻𝐴. As Shin reaches the age of 15, it becomes clear that he only developed combat skills in magic. Unfortunately, not much else. This causes him to become socially awkward and feel pressure as he cannot live up to his foster parents. This causes him to enroll in a magic school in hopes to make his skills better, and also mature socially among other students of his age. Things turn out to be harder than he thought though, as he is immediately treated like a celebrity once he joins the school, and this causes people to be jealous of him as well. Not only that, but there's also the risk of him being used for political warfare by people due to the fact he was raised by the great Merlin himself. He eventually finds himself in a race to make new friends, learn more about magic, and fend off potential enemies. But hey, even a difficult isekai adventure beats being a normal salaryman any day of the week. Alright folks, that's a wrap on this list. If you enjoyed the hard work we put into this video, then don't forget to smash that like button and go ahead and subscribe. Hit that bell icon to get regular updates and notifications from us. Hope you have a good day, and see you in the next video.